Hey you guys, it's me Gemstone from tarotforhealing.com. I hope you guys are doing really well. This is your weekly reading. This is for Pisces, and the cards that I'm going to be using is the Shadowscapes Tarot, and the first card to show up for you is the Three of Swords with the Seven of Cups. It's an interesting one with the Strength card. So what your cards are definitely showing is it is showing a bit of a hard time. I feel like for some of you guys this hard time could be in relationships. It could mean that maybe you feel betrayed, upset by somebody else. Maybe again I feel like where these upsets come from is maybe you're gonna feel like something that you was hoping for with this person would come to pass, but now it's feeling like it's not. I almost feel like you may have had in your mind almost like this person became like, you know, sometimes we have this idea of what our partner is going to be like, or you know, the kind of relationship me and that person will have, and then to the point when you meet that person you still kind of feel that way, like you almost it's like you're not really it's almost like you're not in relationship with the other person, you're almost in relationship with the fantasy of that other person or the idea of that other person, even though they are physically there, if you get what I'm saying. And I think that sometimes we can be really let down when we start to see that this person is not living up to the ideas and, you know, the things that we hoped they would live up to in our lives, or what they would be in our lives. So it might be that the reason why you're feeling kind of hurt is maybe you've had to face some kind of harsh realities, that, you know what, the whole idea of things isn't exactly turning out the way you had hoped it would. And I think that idea is kind of coming through the Seven of Cups, because it can represent, again, not seeing things clearly. It's kind of a card of illusion and delusion. Like you can see this woman is pointing up here to this land, like it's got a house on there, and it's almost like she really wants it, she really wants to get there, but it's like there's nothing there, there's no bridge, there's no pathway, there's nothing there that can take her from where she is to up there. So it's like it's a fantasy, she won't be able to reach there. And this guy, like, he's trying to figure out, okay, how do we do this? You know, he's trying to be the more logical one, but she is pointing to it like she doesn't care. She's not really thinking about the logical side of things. She's thinking more just about what she wants, basically. And sometimes what you want and what you get is a completely different situation, and I'm kind of feeling like that's how it's going to be playing itself out. There's going to be sort of this clash between your wants and what you actually receive. But then it's kind of saying, with the Strength card at the end, it's saying you're going to make it through. Yeah, it's sad times. Yeah, you may feel a bit low, you know, when this like all comes to pass, when it first happens. But then it's kind of saying that it's going to give you the opportunity to kind of move on and to be courageous and to just, you know, just move ahead. And so but then at the same time, you know what it also could be saying? It could also be saying that even though you're starting to see the true person, it doesn't mean that that person is a bad person. It just means that they're just not going to be, you know, as great, or maybe as I've been having this issue with words, like where they're literally at the edge of my tongue and I can't say them. Like, this is just ridiculous and it's frustrating. But yeah, it's almost like, it's not to say this person is going to be this horrible person. I just think that you, like, they may not cater to your every need. They may not be as sensitive as you need them to be. They may not even be as loving or affectionate as you feel they should be. But at the same time, this person may not be those things, but it doesn't mean that they're not a good person. And it doesn't mean that you and this person can't have a life together and can't work things out. What the Strength card is saying is, now that you've seen the truth in this person, you have to learn to understand them and understand their way of doing things. If you find that they're not as open as you are, or again as affectionate as you may be, it just might be that they have a different love language to you. because we all have different ways of expressing love and affection. For some of us, we're not very cuddly and kissy. Others, we may be a bit more, we may seem a bit more distant, but it doesn't mean that we don't love you just as much as you love us, kind of thing. It can go either way. So I think that even though there may be some hiccups and some issues that may arise, it's sort of saying that you can bring these issues to a conclusion if you're able to see past them, and to be able to again accept the person for who they are, love them for who they are, and know that even though again you may have a slightly different way of doing things, that you can make things work. You can actually make your weaknesses, each other's strengths, because sometimes that's why it's good to date somebody that isn't exactly like you, because they may have strengths that you don't have, and then you start to find that you can put them together and you can actually work quite well together, if again you are able to really accept that this person isn't exactly like you, and sort of just look at what they have to bring to the table otherwise. Your card underneath the deck is the Empress. The Empress to me is kind of saying that this is an opportunity to kind of create new possibilities for yourself. I feel like because this is really connecting more with like relationship kind of situations, the Empress could be saying that again, it's about nurturing your relationship, and because I think the nurturing will actually be able to bond the two of you like closer together, and may be able to help you in terms of issues that you are finding that you may be experiencing. The Empress also is ruled by Venus, which is also a card about, which is also connected with love, relationships, and so I'm kind of feeling like it's just saying to share love, but also receive it in the way that it's given, and accept it for what it is. Yeah. This Empress is also kind of saying to me, with all these butterflies and everything, it's saying, that again, things can be changed. Like it's this moving from sort of a heartbroken situation to a situation where you guys are merging together, finding a way for it to work. It's sort of saying that again, your relationship can transform in that kind of way. But it's only if you can kind of see what the issues are and be able to work on those issues, and really be able to nurture the things that show up in the relationship, be able to really see where there's little gaps, little holes that need to be filled, and being able to fill them by actually identifying what they are, and then being able to think of a solution to how you can make that work. Because I feel like again, for you may be a more dreamy person, more loving, more all that kind of stuff, and you may be dealing with somebody that's more logical. Maybe they're like an earth sign, or maybe even possibly like a fire sign or something, and so they might just be more in a way down to earth in terms of their way of thinking, whereas your thinking is just more expansive, more like Neptunian in that sense. um and Neptune is out of this world, you guys. So you have that nature about you, Pisces, the nature that is a more astral planes than physical plane, which is really interesting and is really good. But then at the same time, you may be dealing with somebody that is more physical plane, and so then you might be just having like a bit of issues in that kind of respects. But otherwise, I feel like you'll be okay. So peace and many blessings to you. I'll see you. Bye.